Hello everyone, Shaz here. Today let's talk about this amazing SGW-400H-1BJF Casio Sports Gear watch. This model was first introduced way back in 2011. Yep, this model is already 9 years old and the price still remains roughly the same, and Casio still making them up to this day. If you want one, it's gonna cost you just around 70 or 60 US dollars depending on where you buy this thing. I'll try to find a purchase link if possible. And it is twin sensor watch. If you want to buy something like this from the Casio G-Shock series, you're gonna end up paying like 200 300 US dollars, which is like what, 3 to 4 times more expensive than this. Why this thing is cheaper? Well, most of it purely on the watch construction and the material being used in the built one of this. The function, I have to say, it works really similar like a G-Shock watch, if not better. Straight away at the watch face, you'll see it is in positive display. The highlights the display with different colors to show to you guys different information, so you could differentiate between all of them, and that is a really nice touch. The one on top will be for graphics, animations, and also barometer graph, day display, time display, more date display, and seconds display over here. Since this is an NADG version, you'll have the hour and the minutes hands. Keep in mind there's also a model called the SGW-300, which is a full digital version. So if you want something smaller, if you don't like these analog hands, get that one. The price is a lot cheaper than this. I don't know how much cheaper that you could get for a twin sensor, but I have to say the analog really helps with visibility, considering that it didn't take up much space anyway, so why not just get the NADG version instead. Now let's have a look at the sensors. Pressing this altimeter button over here, you could straight away enter the altimeter mode, which at the same time have timekeeping, change in altitude reading, altimeter mode name, this is the altitude reading, and thermometer sensors down at the bottom. Pressing mode button once will brings you back to home timekeeping, and press it again will brings you into the barometer mode. In this barometer mode, you'll have your timekeeping in digital and analog, your barometer reading, and the thermometer at the same time. And I really appreciate the fact that Casio add this word over here, cloud of fine weather, just to show to you guys what the graph actually means, which you cannot find on any G-Shock watch like those at the back. Well, then again, those are made for professional, which I'm pretty sure Casio already assumed that the users already know how to operate them. But surprisingly, most people still have no idea how to use the barometer. Trust me, I've met a lot of people. Next mode will bring you into the world time. You could cycle through all of the city using this lower right button, and it has a range to 31 time zones and 48 cities pre-registered in with summertime setting if you need that. Pressing mode button again will bring you into the stopwatch mode, which is amazing as well, because you do have your timekeeping at the same time. A stopwatch that has a range to 24 hours with split time and 1/100 seconds precision. I have to say that some G-Shock just didn't have this information combination at all. In this mode, there are no graphics at all on top, it's just leave blank like that. Next mode is the countdown timer, which also have timekeeping and a range to 24 hours. There are no auto repeat, but it has a precision to the very seconds. That is amazing. Next is alarm. This watch only have 5 alarm without any snooze, but you do have signal. Well, most G-Shock, especially the professional master of G, didn't have snooze as well, so that shouldn't be a problem. And next is hand settings. This is where you could set up the hour and the minutes analog hands to match with this digital display. And just in case they didn't match, of course in my case it already matched properly, so I didn't have to set it up. And back to home timekeeping. Last but not least is the electroluminescence backlight that this model has. You could set it up to an afterglow of 1.5 seconds or 3 seconds, again similar like a G-Shock watch, and it will glow in white colorway that will lights up the entire digital part. The hands has a luminous tip. It is semi-skeleton that could glow in the dark, but it is not as bright. But since you have that digital EL backlighting at the back, it could lights up the entire face and cast a shadow underneath the hands that could again show you what the time is showing. So you don't really need the analog hands to glow at all in this case. There are no auto light functions, just keep that in mind. Other basic things I have to point out, it has a precision of plus minus 30 seconds. Usually G-Shock will have plus minus 15 seconds. There's more accuracy. It is not solar powered. It is not wave scepter equipped. It's just a regular Casio watch. So with all of the functions combined, why this thing is cheap? Why is this cheaper than a G-Shock? Well, most of it because of the body material and the constructions. It can only have a 10 bar water resistance because of the cheap material. You could tap the glass, it is just made out of plastic. This part is metal for the indicators, for the body indicator and this meter. Those just for aesthetics. There are no second hands at all that needed to be used as indicator. So this minutes marker on the side over here, just for aesthetic. All you need is the one in the watch face. So the material also feels like it is aluminum, so that's probably why the cost is cheaper. This is the resin bezel, which is locked with 4 screws on each corner. Well, that part looks fine. And you'll have another resin part over here in gray that adds texture to the watch body, looking great so far. I buy the watch in use and it is still holding up very well for the watch body. The watch band, however, is the cheapest out of the bunch. Like most Casio watch, they are easily break over time. In this case, it's already breaking out. They replace it up with a silicone watch band. In order to replace the original brand, it's gonna cost you around 15 bucks tops, which is cheap. But considering the original price of the watch, just around 60 bucks. I mean, the watch band is like a quarter of the price of the watch, whole brand new. I don't think that's a good idea to do, but it's all depending on you guys. Because of the cheaper material, mostly plastics, this thing only weighs around 51 grams. So that will definitely provide a lot of comfort. Yet the size is 50.8 millimeters for the look, 51.9 for the whip size, including the sensor guard in here, and the thickness of 14.9 millimeters. Again, similar like most G-Shock watch. I'm wearing the let's see now, this is the SGW-400H. This is one of the biggest G-Shock watch. If you put them side to side, look at that. It is incredibly big, yet it is weak. For casual activities, I think this watch is great enough, especially if you don't have a lot of money to spend, or if you're just looking for something, you know, as a gift to introduce someone into Casio, or if you already have other G-Shock watch and you want twin sensor, this might be it. And I have to say, because of the cheap price, this is not for everyone, okay? I have to clear things out. You could use certain parts in this watch as a replacement parts in your G-Shock watch, just in case they broke in the future, just in case. Because I mean, if you know, buying an original G-Shock replacement parts is really expensive. If you could extract some out of this space, I'm sure that could save you a ton of money.